Ready to do. Now, this is, just so you know, Campitos Turquoise. And I'm gonna let Jay explain to you in a moment exactly what that is. I'm gonna show it back with a few Campitos pieces that we have. And I say a few because in the world, even with Jay, who is like the godfather of turquoise, he does not have Campitos Turquoise. All he has is all he probably will ever have. It's that limited. It's that rare. So to be able to get a beautiful, genuine Campitos Turquoise ring, look at the sterling silver too. I mean, this looks like a contemporary work of art. You know how when you go to museums of art and you see things and you're like, wow, that's kind of what this looks like. It doesn't look like anything that you've ever seen before. And it was appraised, and when we say appraised, that means the lowest appraised price is what we go with on the screen, not the top or the medium. We get 3 independent appraisals, we go with the lowest. It was appraised at $224. But I don't know anywhere you could buy it at $224. We're doing it today at $129.90, and for the true collector, Campitos Turquoise is certainly one that you want to have, right, Jay?
Right. I mean, in this, for people who collect turquoise, this is something you really, really might want to consider. You know what's happening in the market on this is people are, this is what they call Campitos Blue Ice. They closed the mine in February of 2015. It's never going to open again. As soon as they closed the mine, we went down, we glommed up everything we could in what they call this blue ice. A lot of people out there in the industry right now are selling this as Sleeping Beauty. Of course, I'm not going to. I'm going to tell you the real story on it. But this is Campitos. But I got to tell you, it is Sleeping Beauty quality. It's got that beautiful, clear robin's egg blue color, and this is it's called blue ice. Here, kind of. That's how it comes.
Look at this.
Okay, now if I took this and cut it, this is of course one of my specimens, but if you cut that in half, that you would see just like that. It's just clear. So we're not doing anything to it. That is the natural color of these. And what's amazing, these come out, this is what they call a seafoam nugget. This is a hard rock mining deposit that they have in it, but as they're going in that, it's kind of weird because it's like in a kind of a kaolin type thing, like a clay, and then you can actually see, I should have taken pictures when I was down there a few years ago, and you can actually see these nuggets in the wall.
Wow.
It is really cool, and then they just sit there
now, how deep
with a hand pick. Well, that was the problem. Okay, there is no one mine in Campitos. If you can imagine, it's not a mountain, it's like a hill, right? Okay. Campitos, it means camps. And if you fly over, I've flown over in my plane, and that's what it looks like. It looks like a refugee site is kind of what, but you see all these tents. Every place you see a tent is the opening to a mine, and they're owned by families. And that's what eventually closed it, because what happened was, this is a very arid region, and it's hard rock mining, so they're tunneling. Okay, when I say hard rock, it's not like they're blasting or anything. I mean, they're just drilling and they're picking out, right? And they're shoring it up. But this really kind of makeshift. There are only actually two of the shafts that were actually producing the material that we would buy, which was the blue ice, this is what's really sought after. And what happened is they had torrential rains for almost a month in an area that they're not used to it. The shafts, because of the way that it was done, it really wasn't very professional, and they flooded, and it created a lot of instability, and they started having a lot of cave-ins, and a lot of people started getting hurt. So the government finally came in February of 2015, shut the whole thing down. The only way this mine will ever be opened back up would be if somebody was willing to invest literally millions. I'm talking millions of dollars in making it into an open pit mine. But there's not enough copper concentrate in the area so anybody to actually invest that kind of money. So eventually I have the last of the last. Of course, we always pride ourselves on not only controlling more turquoise than anybody that I know, but also more varieties. And when this material's gone, it's gone just like Nakasari, where I could just sit here and name so many different turquoises. Like when I first started out, there used to be 27 commercially active turquoise mines in the United States when I started out, when I was a wee lad, and now there's one.
Oh, that's awful.
So all those other turquoises
Yeah.
you can't even get anymore.
Okay, gotta let you know, we still have 5 through 12 available. I'm gonna show this to you really quickly and then we're gonna move on. But to get Campitos, like we said, near to impossible at whatever the price. I mean,
The only way to get it is out of a private collection like mine. You can't, there is no new material.
So
and hasn't been
basically
for
they
a
can
year.
name their price. I mean, so when we say this was appraised at $224, good luck. But we have it at $124.90 and it's under $25 on your charge card. But we gotta show you a couple matching pieces that